Hello, welcome to the Art of the Oracle. If you're new to the channel, my name is Virginia and I do a daily card reading Monday through Friday, and we sprinkle in some pick a card readings randomly. So if you'd love to see a special reading around something in particular, then send me a note or leave me a comment. So this week I was drawn to a lot of the feminine cards that I have. We have this deck here with Kuan, and then the deck here was Spirit Mama's Oracle, and then this was Kali, not Kuan, and this is Kuan. So that's what we're working with, along with the Tarot of the Owls this week. So how are you all doing? So I tap in before each reading and just sit quietly and tap into my body and then ask what I most need to know. And the interesting thing is I didn't hear anything, but what I wanted to share is that I saw like these little crystally things kind of like breaking through. Like I was just seeing, I can't even tell you what color they were, because they were kind of pink and they were kind of gold, and kind of that is what it was looking like. And I was drawn to all this pink energy on this day, right? Put the purple one over there. And the sacredness of what this moment is asking of us, to say, to be in sacred space with the earth, and to get outside and to shut the TV off, and not spend so much time on our phone, and to go outside and be in nature. And that's what's being asked of us now, is to decide, what do we want to see? Do we want to see more electronics, or do we want to see more nature? And what we want to see more of is where we should be directing our attention. Okay, so with that being said, these are big cards, Kuan Yin. So I'm asking, what do we most need to know? What is the message? Beautiful Kuan Yin. What is the energy? I feel like I need to get a little bit of air in there. I hope you all are doing well. It's this is interesting. Okay, so we have 3 cards here, and I think I'm going to take them. One of them is hidden. Let me see if I have I didn't always need glasses, but I kind of need them now to read. Okay, so Sisters of the Star Blossom, card number 27. So I love all the feminine energy, and I've had this deck for quite a while, and I still don't know what all of the cards bring in. Then Radiant Moon of Compassion, card number 23. And then this hidden one, I feel like is supposed to come out slightly later. So let's take a look at what we have here. 27, 2, bringing something together and having choices about the things that are coming together with us. When they come together creates 9, which is the ending of a particular phase. Now, the Systems of the Star Blossom says it is good to remember that whilst we each take our own unique journey back into divine bliss and truth, we have plenty of friends that love us unconditionally and wish to help us find the way home with the least amount of suffering and the greatest joy. When we allow ourselves to be helped, we help others too. It is a spiral of support and love that is wishing to connect more with you right now. So it's about group energy. It's about finding your tribe, finding the people that you resonate with, that you can share, right? Share in the shifting that's going on, share in, the pleasures and the pains. So yeah, so the Oracle is also a guidance to call upon stellar energies that are unconditionally loving and supportive. And the appearance of this card here indicates that you have a soul connection that can nourish you to higher vibration star consciousness, such as that of the Pleiadians. Yeah, so it could be that you get information about a soul star family or something like that is coming in as well. That's pretty exciting, the thought of that. And then we have the Radiant Moon of Compassion, which says that pouring forth the spiritual strength needed for your liberation, for you to liberate yourself from lower vibrational energies of fear and judgment into the vibration of freedom, love and peace, where you naturally belong, is what this is helping come in. You are being urged to use this power now to grow spiritually and free yourself from a situation that could draw you down, right? So what it says is you can either choose to allow the energies to pull you down into fear and judgment, or you can choose to grow spiritually through the practice of compassion and liberate yourself into greater peace, love, and freedom. And the choice is really yours. But it's showing that you can, if you're feeling isolated and like you're alone about something, that you're not experiencing like group thinking, and you're like, I feel like I'm the only person out there. This is really a nod to say that you're not, that see yourself with like-minded people. Ask for divine guidance with others that resonate, so you can help build your compassionate, radiant moon into something that feels very joyous. Okay, all right. So we have these two cards. Interesting. So we have the mother wound and let it flow. So these are really, they're kind of, so one of the things that I like is I feel like they're kind of communicating with each other. The mother wound talks about you don't have to have children to experience this mother wound, because we all have a mother. And I think it's also talking to us about the Gaia, the great mother, right? That is also been wounded. So we have, you know, daughter, mother, child, you know, so like we have many generations. So if you don't have children, you could say mother, grandmother, great grandmother, or you can feel a resonance with the divine feminine energy around you. If you're masculine, this is about healing this feminine wound that has kind of been, I feel like, overlooked on some level. That we really haven't, we don't talk about it, you know. And I mean, I think that it's bigger than what we have kind of gone over on the surface level. I think the mother wound has to do with the divine feminine really being turned into this, taken out of her divine goddess space of knowing, strength, and power, and relegated to only certain aspects of life, and no longer being able to step into her true power. And you know, it can also be wounding that we have with our mother, with our the feminine aspect in our world. So around this is it's saying that you carry the weight and negative stories of all ancestors, even those from previous lifetimes. And there is immense healing to be found, not only for yourself, but your whole family, when you consciously connect to ancestral energy and release that negative emotion. So when I know from the work that I do, when you heal yourself, you heal both the past and the future. You liberate all. You doing the work on yourself, you don't have to try to heal anyone else. You doing the work on yourself liberates everyone involved. So particularly that of your mother, and so on. In healing yourself, you heal both the past and the future. Your entire galactic bloodline can heal. And that's one of the things that it was talking about, is that perhaps part of the soul family that could be coming in for you is this galactic family. And there could be wounds from different, you know, if you believe in that, different civilizations that are ready to let go. It's time, because it's time to break the patterns of behaviors of just the feminine feeling like, you know, it's like we have to hide our true self. Like we can't step into our divine feminine. We can't be too big, right? So what the last line in this book says, you are who your ancestors have been waiting for. And I think that that's extremely important, because it's a very empowering statement. It's telling us that we have exactly what we need to move forward. That we are the change that we want to see. We are, right now, it's the opportunity for us to really do that. And I think that that's probably why this energetic let it flow, right? It's because there's a lot of water energy, but it also feels like it's the solar plexus chakra. It's the chakra just below the heart that is all about how we feel about ourselves. And that's why I said it was very interesting that this is, you know, staring at the feminine and wanting the flow of maybe things that have been hidden or things that have been pushed underneath. So because you don't want, or you, for fear, you can't be your true self because it's been ostracized, or there's a belief that women are supposed to be a certain way, and if you don't act that way, then there's something wrong. So this is saying that it's time to release all of that. You release this, you release the wounding of the feminine, you release it in your lineage, and one woman at a time, we release the whole lineage of this feminine energy. Whether you're a man or a woman, you're going to have feminine energy within you. So it says, don't let anything hold you back. Remember that all the barriers that you have put in your own way can be removed. And just, you know, any self-doubt that you have, allow things to just happen. So don't put expectations and think that something is supposed to happen a certain way, because it's really not. This card is just saying, allow it to flow like the waterfall here, like the breath that flows easily as you inhale and exhale. These cards are asking us to heal the feminine wounding and to do it in a way that where we don't have to that we just let things go. Okay, so this is beautiful. We have this masculine feminine balancing here on this card with Kundalini Shakti. Significant inner shifts are taking place. Energies are beginning to move in new ways. You may feel that resolution is hard to pin down at this time. So lean into unfamiliar territory with boldness, tempered by patience. You will become capable of many things on many levels that you were not capable of accomplishing previously. You shall arise. A fresh new path is signified. Yeah. So I feel like all of these kind of cards are leaning into that, leaning into this moment of great empowerment for all of us here on the planet. And part of it is through this feminine energy that needs to heal. And, you know, I'm going to see what this card, okay, so the Ace of Swords. This is around, you know, a new way of thinking, a new way of communicating, a new way. This little bird here has been birthed. And the sword here is to say that we have a new song, we have a new voice, and it's coming forward now. Now is the beginning. We're in the age of Aquarius, which is an air sign. So so we have been listening to stories that have been somewhat one-sided, and now it's time to hear a new story. And I think part of it is through the empowerment of us and this divine feminine. I think that's one of the reasons why I was drawn to this grouping of cards this week. So is there anything else here? Okay, Nine of Cups. And this is when you're reaching a goal that you have been really your heart has really been in it. Like there's something that you really have desired for a long time. You may have put a lot of your personal beliefs into. You have moved in the direction of something that really feels very innately part of you. And it's interesting because there's a new beginning, a new way of thinking, a new way, and I feel like new information is coming in as well. That's what this is about. And this is a little white owl here. So the purity and the divinity of what's coming in, I think, is what's going to be very interesting for us to see and hear and experience this new information. And it's going to, you know, this crow kind of feels happy and he's dancing because there's been an achievement around seeing, you know, experiences that have maybe been long held in your world. Oh, we have the Queen of Cups again. Yeah, that came out yesterday as well. And right, so this is the feminine version of you know, the major cards like the king and the queen. So the masculine is about doing. The queen is about really embodying and experiencing something on a deep soul level. And that's why I think this is coming in right now. And it's coming in right here under the mother wounding. It is time for us all to be able to heal the things that we have within us. And this beautiful air and water energy is here to, I think like I'm picturing like the air blowing across the waters and bringing us a new wave of information that we never could have imagined, and hearing and being part of things that we we never thought. So I think that's the end of the message today. I think it's a really beautiful opportunity for us to really sit in nature. Like I said, I was just seeing these beautiful little like crystals, and it was almost like they were just popping out of something, but I couldn't get more information. I sat for a few minutes wondering what it was. So I think that's part of this newness that's coming through, and possibly galactic group, right? Information coming in. And then leaning into this compassion here. 23 reduces down to 5. Like it's time to change the way you've been thinking about things if they've been a little bit harsh, and find a little bit more compassion, because it is time to heal this. And we do it through allowing and letting things go, feeling the heaviness and the weight that has been within us, and then just releasing it, because this significant inner shifts are taking place right now and a fresh path is signified. So thank you for joining me here at the channel. Hope you like the reading. If you do, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Bye now.